Hey everybody, how are you doing? Right, question. Which makes more money? Leadership or management? Managing or leading? What makes more money? Love to know what you think. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because most entrepreneurs, I would say 75% of entrepreneurs don't like managing. They actually hate it. It's boring to them. It's dull. It's slow. And what they tend to do is they tend to neglect it. And if you are neglecting it, hiya, how you doing? Hi, Jessica. If you're neglecting management, you're in trouble, because even though you may not like it, it is the place where you start creating real money. And this is the reason why. When you're a worker on the entrepreneur superhighway, you are there as a worker. You're not being entrepreneurial because you're being told what to do, and you are not in control of your increasing your finances. You're not in control of your time, so you have no chance of doing that. So this is why people become entrepreneurs, and hopefully you create a solopreneur business that's working well for you. Now, the thing about being a solopreneur, you have to do all three of what I call the attitudes of business, which is the entrepreneur, innovator part. You have to be the manager and you have to be the worker. And that's what makes running a solopreneur business so tricky. It's great when you're moving from being a worker into doing your own thing, but you get to the point where you simply run out of time. And this is what happens to entrepreneurs, that step between being a worker and then starting your own business, but nothing's happening. You spend all of your time, but you get no money. At least with a solopreneur, if it's working well, you spend time, but you're also making money. But ultimately, what always happens with a solopreneur, if you want to increase your and make your business bigger, you run out of time. So you can start as a solopreneur, you can start leveraging systems. So you get systems that give some of your time back because it does multiple things for you. So scheduling tools and accounts packages and things like that. You can then also start employing contractors like an accountant or a VA or somebody who does something for you. But that's when you start to have to manage. And as I said, 75% of entrepreneurs prefer leading to managing, because they love the ideas, they love the idea creation, they have the vision, they have the drive, they have that entrepreneur, let's go get it. But because they're on that side of the Genius Zone model, if you haven't done the Genius Zone model with me, give me a call, book in. What happens is that the thing that they like the least out of those three things, being the innovator, entrepreneur, the manager and the worker, is those people, that 75%, the last thing they enjoy doing is the managing. But managing is where you create leverage. So you start to leverage the skills and the experience and the knowledge and the time of other people. And this is when you become a business leader as to being a solopreneur. Now, a lot of people have got, I'm not ready to do that, and it's scary, and I hate managing people and all that sort of stuff. And I was speaking to someone yesterday who was a solopreneur in a very big business. They are a part owner of the business, but they haven't built a team around them. So they've got lots to do, but they haven't built a team because they say, I'm not very good with people. And, people just drive me up the wall. They love systems. So they are able to develop systems, but they have no one to leverage it and put those in place. So they're stuck almost like a worker, even though they're within a bigger company. So this is when it gets a little bit complicated, because you've got a sabotage loop of thinking where you won't let stuff go, you won't delegate, you won't build a team, and you get stuck on the amount of money. So the vision, the entrepreneurial spirit will take you so far. But what will allow you to expand it and leverage it and make it even bigger is when you actually have a team. Now, it doesn't mean you're employing people full time. It doesn't mean that you have to jump in and have a team of 10 people. It may be your business needs that almost straight away. But even if you're a solopreneur, having a VA, having other people who can do tasks for you gives your time back to leverage. But it's the skill of managing those people that leverage is the skill you need to make sure it works. So people ask me a lot, what's the difference between leadership and management? And I put a post up and it was interesting, two things. One person said, I never saw it that way round. What's the difference between leadership and management? But it was almost an interesting crickets of this isn't important. Because it wasn't about getting the next 10 clients. It wasn't about mindset. It was actually one of the most important things they can think about. But people don't want to do it. They don't want to be better as well, some people want to be better as leaders, but they don't want to be better as managers. So what happens is they stay as solopreneurs. They often then stay as workers, not really creating a good solopreneur business, because they only can do a certain amount in their day. So learning how to build a team and then lead that team in the direction you want to go is the first level of creating money, but it's actually the management of that team to get the best out of them that really puts it through the roof. But for most entrepreneurs, that is dull. That's not sexy, but the result is. So that's what I just wanted to talk about, what you think about it. This is a huge subject, but no one person can do everything. No one person has all the skills to run a business, even a solopreneur business. But what we tend to say is, I better do that, I can only want to do that. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to spend money. That's a solopreneur thing. I don't want to spend money because I can do it with my time. So you've got to ask yourself a question is, if you spent a little bit of money on someone doing this, will they do it better for you and faster while you're doing something that's more valuable, which is your expertise? So a very simple way of thinking about this is this. I never clean my own car. Now, at the moment I haven't got a car, but when I had a car, I'm not going to clean my own car. I'll take it to a place where 6 guys mob it and it's done in less than 15 minutes, a really good deep clean. Because what time would that take me? What would I need to set up? What equipment would I need? How long would it take me to do it? What they can do in that period of time, because they're better at it than me. And that team can do it much more efficiently and much more quickly for a price that I would not pay myself. Okay? So this is leveraging people's skills and experience. It's also leveraging your money. So I want you to think about, where are you wasting your time being a solopreneur? Where can you start to hire specialists, even if it's just £20 jobs here, £50 jobs there, £200 jobs there, which will get you in more value coming back out the other way. And this is when you start doing this, is when the skill of managing people is essential. You can lead them with all your passion and drive and idea, that's fantastic. But actually helping them be able to do a good job. And when you've got those leadership and management skills working together, then life becomes a hell of a lot easier. So hopefully that is useful. That is something to think about. And often what happens is when you're starting a solopreneur career, a solopreneur business, or even if you're working within a company, you'll find people who will not build I was speaking to clients about this in the last couple of days. They've got people who act as workers or solopreneurs when they should be building teams. And they're holding the business back. So what business truly works with just one person in it? Well, very, very few. Little lifestyle businesses, that's great. But as soon as you start to explore how can you use the skill of other people, that's when your business will grow. But you have to be in control of it, and that's management. Control of the what you pay, the jobs you get done, the level, the expectations, the standards, all of this stuff is the thing that makes a massive difference. But if you're in the 75% of people who don't like that, that includes me, by the way. I'm one of those people. Management is my least favourite of the 3 Genius Zone attitudes. I used to be a worker innovator, now I'm much more innovator worker. But managing, it's my least favourite. Can I do it? Yes. Is it my favourite? No, it's my least favourite. And that has cost me a lot in my business. So I speak from experience. So is this useful? Tell me what you think. Are you a leader? Do you like the idea of leading more than you like managing? And I always say to people when I come across them and I'm working with them, they'll love to learn more about leading. And I say, no, I need to teach you to be a manager. And they go, I said, I'm going to teach you how to light touch manage your people so you get the best out of them without you having to do the dull stuff. I go, oh, that's okay then. So you don't have to be the world's best manager, but what you have to do is make sure that you're getting the return for what you're paying for people, whether it's a proper full team or you're starting to hire in contractors to do certain tasks for you. Either way, that's management. And then it's managing your time, managing your resources, managing your systems. And as your business gets bigger and more complicated, this becomes more and more important. Okay? But it's not an either or from leadership. It's how what you choose to go, your vision of where you're leading the company, connects then with the management systems. So the management systems take over and actually action and make your vision and your goals and your everything else, your passion, into something real that scale is efficient, which that creates the profit, a scalable profit. So what do you think? Tell me what you think. You've seen this on replay, just hit replay. What are your questions? I'll come back on this. But is this useful? And just one last thing before we kick off. If you think I can't ever grow my business that big, is that because you don't want to, truly don't want to, or it's a belief system that you can't do it, so therefore you don't even think about doing it? Because I promise you, I've done that too, and that cost me a fortune, and it's actually a lot of fun to have a team. So, what do you think about growing a team? Are you leading? Are you managing yourself? And are you willing to learn how to lead and manage and therefore leverage the skills of other people? Because the nice thing about that is when you've got people helping you, they're doing what they're best at, and it allows you to do what you're best at and you enjoy doing most. And therefore you enjoy your business more as well as doing better at it. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Tell me what you think, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.